So, darkness is cast on the room.
Mhm.
I have spread around dust of silence. I am wearing my gloves of minute sensitivity and my eyes of minute seeing. And I am going to start going through Breeve's stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Um,
You're not even gonna ask. You're just gonna go for it.
I sleep with it between my legs, just so you know.
all right. I'm gonna have you roll a stealth check, and it's gonna be against Breeve's perception.
yeah, I am also.
Good perception.
Breeve's perception is good. This could be terrible for me.
Yeah, but shouldn't he be at disadvantage since he's sleeping?
I'm not gonna put Breve at disadvantage necessarily. Well, yes, I am. I mean, would it be? I'm just going to give Nyx an advantage, one advantage. Yeah, it's not gonna be just so like you have advantage because there's silence and darkness. Actually, because there's silence and darkness, I'm going to okay, yes. Breve, you roll perception with disadvantage. Nyx, you roll stealth with advantage. That is how we will do it. Yep.
Yeah, I have my my boots of elven kind, so I was rolling with advantage anyway.
So you get double advantage.
Wow.
Do I?
Yeah. If you already had a thing with advantage, you're in the darkness and you created silence. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I get a third roll.
I'm not even going to bother to roll then.
Well,
I mean, you can still roll 2 1s and you could roll 2 20s. It could happen.
Now,
you've rolled 2 20s in a row before.
Only for dragon cards.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I made that third roll, because you gave me double advantage.
Yeah.
My roll is a 15.
Okay.
It's not actually that great.
No. What is Breve's roll? Disadvantage. Single disadvantage.
Critical disadvantage. Well, that's going to be tough to beat. So I got a 19, and then my first roll was an unnatural 1.
Okay, so yeah, you are dead asleep, my friend.
You know what's really crazy about that? Can I just? My heart was just.
He trips over you, and you don't even.
You don't even. Nate, can I for real tell you a thing? And my heart was just pounding because until Josh said I had double advantage, I straight up rolled 2 1s.
Oh,
And then I did that third roll, and I only got a fucking 9. So.
Shit. You have those special boots on.
Yeah. Thank fucking non-existent God that I have those boots.
Also, you made like a lot of precautions to make.
I did a lot of things.
So I wasn't gonna not give you advantage for that.
Yeah,
okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. So you managed to, without any trouble, look through Breve's stuff.
I am looking for where he stashed. Maybe I would have seen him put them away, but the 3 remaining cigarettes that he has.
Okay. Breve, where are those cigarettes? Nate.
Well.
Oh, there's butt.
One's in my sock and one's in a special place.
Oh, I'm
My
checking
bot and the
out.
last one's in a private place.
Something you can't know.
Okay, we'll say they're in the bag of holding then. Yeah, they're in the bag.
Okay, so I find them.
Yeah, all you have to do is want to find them, and you find them.
Yeah, I would like to, as I take those 3, I would like to leave 3 gold pieces for Breve.
Oh, that's polite of you.
And I would like you, the players, to know, even though I'm hiding this as much as I possibly can from your characters, but I would like you, the players, to know that not only do I feel bad about this, Nyx feels bad about this.
Aww.
All right, you have the cigarettes.
I am gonna put the cigarettes in that special compartment in my travel case.
Mm-hmm.
and then flip the thing so it's a different compartment.
Nice.
And then I'm just gonna go through the rest of my watch.
And Constance is going to be so pissed at you.
She already hates me. It's fine.
Is there anything you wanted to do during your anything else you wanted to do during your watch?
Feel a lot of self-loathing.
Wow, you want to write in your diary?
Yeah, I don't.
Actually, I call that to him. Like, hey, put it in your diary. What is self-loathing over there?
Yeah, I don't think I want.
I wish one of you guys had a dream journal, an aspirational dream journal. Like
Whoa, what's this? Your dream journal?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I also slit Fanoa's throat if we're.
All right, hold on. We gotta make a roll.
Just remember, as you try and fight back, perfectly fine, you're blind.
That's true. You'd have no idea who was slitting your throat.
No one would know.
I have no. Oh my god, Moana!
I always suspected.
It wasn't me.
It was Bix. It was Bix all along.
Bix snuck into the dungeon.
Shaggy's wasn't
They're
me.
a monster. They were a monster. I guess all monsters really are just monsters. Oh.
Oh no.
My efforts to humanize them were pointless.
Anyway, yeah, no, that's the only specific thing I wanted to do on my watch other than like actually keep watch.
Okay, who wants to take the next watch?
I
This is
will.
a fun thing to do, to just go through the watches. Also, multiple people can take one of the, like, if you want to take the watch with someone, you can do that. If you want to have a conversation or whatever.
Ooh, can I take next watch?
Yeah.
Right. I will wake up Nearmore for her watch.
And I'm gonna try to wake up blah 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 Breve to see if he will watch as well.
You can try, but he's
You can
so
try.
asleep.
Yeah, he's very asleep.
That guy
Do
could get
you-
robbed in his sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, have a conversation of asking him.
Well, do I?
Find that out.
I'm gonna first go over, and I guess
Oh, yeah,
just kind
you
of.
do have to try to wake him up.
Yeah.
How do you try to wake him up? He's very asleep.
I don't have any decorum, so like I guess I'll just I'll kind of like poke him in the cheek first. Does that wake him up?
Make a roll to see if that wakes him up.
just a straight up.
Make a what kind of roll should that be? Here, make a. Actually, Breve, just make a perception check.
Okay.
I'll just come up with.
It's going to be a solid 20.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. You like.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm losing you.
Hey Josh, we lost you for a second there.
Sorry about that. Am I back?
Yes.
You're back now. Yes.
Cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you just the funny thing is, like, he was very asleep, but you barely touched his cheek and he's just like and he wakes up.
I need a
So
smoke.
he's awake. Wait, where are they?
I feel like didn't Breve and Nearmore have like a didn't we have a stupid name we came up with for since they were like roomies in their little like island cave paradise thing?
Oh yeah.
I feel like we had a stupid nickname, but I can't think of it. So she's just going to say, Breve, do you want to take your watch with me? I've been meaning to talk with you a little bit more, and we haven't exactly had a chance while we've been here.
Yeah, what better time when I'm half asleep? Love to. Let's chat.
Cool.
Should we move away from everyone, or just are they gonna sleep through this?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll probably. Yeah, so I'll go scoot. Let me see. Let me look at this little room. Oh, it's very small.
Yeah, it's a tiny.
I'll like, I guess, get up against a wall. I'll get as far away as I can. And kind of shrug, like, how's this? This far enough away?
Let's just say Nix is over here.
We don't really need to watch them. They'll be fine.
I'll put like, yeah, I'll put my like back up against the door. And I'm just, once we kind of get settled, I'm just gonna like kind of lean in to Breve and be like, so Breve, what's going on in that mind of yours?
Just a blank slate of glistening nothingness.
That can't be true. There's gotta be something more to it than that.
I was actually gonna propose that we. This is me as Breve now, just FYI.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest that maybe we find some time to talk after this dungeon, but I'm happy to start kind of breaking down some walls or just exploring or whatever, just kind of getting it out there now. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There's been some world shifting things happening to me lately, I think. I'm not really sure.
Like what?
Well, it seems like maybe my path isn't quite what I thought it was. Seems like maybe I'm descended from royalty or gods or both. I don't know. It's just it's a lot to process, I guess.
What makes you say that? Did something specific happen, or?
I mean, I went out for Chinese food and I got a fortune that said, basically that.
I see.
And then, just conversations
from gods or royalty or something.
Yeah, or something.
Lucky numbers are 38, 12, 14.
Specifically very vague. Yeah, no, Caleb mentioned something to me a little while back about maybe me having some lineage to someone kind of famous in the past, and then getting this book and and learning a little bit here and there about maybe from the little clockmaker that we encountered. I know she kind of.
Oh, by the way, did you guys watch the video?
Who are you talking to?
To Val and Georgia.
Which video?
The one that I posted of the last session.
Oh no, I didn't even see that you posted one.
Okay, real quick recap. They found a big hole, another big hole. This one was actually very round. They went down into like a hallway that was full of like weird clockwork. It was actually super trapped. They managed to get through the trap. Moana teleported and then turned Nix into an eagle. You guys,
it was wonderful.
And then he, as a giant eagle, carried Breve over. You guys just fucking danced your way across these traps. You were amazing. But you didn't talk much when you met this being who it was another one of these the deep gods, essentially, that you've been hearing about. The Lords of the Deep. It was a very tall woman with sort of black skin, like jet black, that was sort of run with like gold sort of veins that almost looked like the veins almost look like circuitry, but a little more organic. And she kind of ranted about a lot of stuff. She told Moana that some stuff that hurt Moana's feelings, about her being made wrong or weird. Just like
Moana's so mad about that.
Yeah, she wasn't happy about that. She told Breve, and you guys all saw this.
Okay.
She told Breve that he was descended from whoever she was, like her people, essentially.
Okay.
But also that he was some kind of a hybrid, which he may already have some, clue into.
So that he's like a demigod, possibly, kind of thing?
No. She's implying that she also made a whole thing talking about how they weren't always like this, that they were a different type of people.
Okay.
You get the sense that she might have been a person once, I think. Tig, do you feel like she implied that? I'm asking you because you have a little more knowledge into, what these beings are, even though your character doesn't.
I'm sorry. Repeat the specific question.
That she implied that she wasn't always like the way she was. I mean, she made she emphasized a lot that it wasn't her fault. That whoever he is, you get the sense that you can infer who she's talking about, is the one who did the experiment, and the experiment caused them to become like this. So basically,
Okay.
would you say that? I'm just trying to remember, but also like. I think yes. She basically implied that she wasn't always like that. I don't know what she was before. Maybe she was, maybe Breve is descended from gods. That's sort of a conclusion you need to draw for yourselves.
Okay. And does the kind of being that she is, does that go against my god, or is it like a
so I think you got the sense that, and this is your second time seeing something like this. This thing, it doesn't feel like Ilmater feels like. And it doesn't feel like evil either. It feels like something alien. You just get a weird sense. It's very similar to how when you met the Cave King, it's kind of a similar feeling of a sense of like there was something wrong about this, like it was unnatural.
Okay.
But not like clear-cut evil, I think. It didn't feel the way, and you've never actually met a demon, but it wouldn't be, or a fiend, but it wouldn't feel like that.
Okay, so I guess what I'm going to kind of posit to Breve is, first of all, do you believe what she said to you? Do you have any reason to think that she's correct or true?
Well, I mean, she did seem like she had a few screws loose, but I have no reason to think that she was lying to me. She had no agenda that I could tell.
I guess it wouldn't make sense to you, but do you have any idea, any guesses or theories as to what she meant, that you descended from the same beings?
I mean,
or
honestly,
are you as lost as I am?
This is kind of the first I'm hearing about this. I've been trying to remember if I heard any tales back on the islands, but I mean, there's something kind of tickling the back of my brain, but I can't be sure what it was.
Hmm.
I've always been drawn to the deep. I've always been kind of searching. You know, that's what brought me to this whole endeavor that we've been doing, is just trying to find the truth, and literally digging in the ground to find the truth. So it kind of makes sense to me. I don't know. What are your instincts telling you?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I have a feeling about you. I have reason to believe that there's something special about you, important about you, more than just this IDL thing that we're doing, but don't know yet exactly what it is. That's why I'm trying to kind of pick your brain here. I want to help you in finding this truth, but I honestly don't know how to do it yet.
I think we're on the same page there. I feel like I'm at the beginning of this journey myself, but I really appreciate your help. I know I come across like I know everything. I'm just the guy that everyone goes to for answers.
Really, I didn't get that vibe, but all right.
People seek me out. I'm like the guru on the mountain, but this one's leaving me a little high and dry. I got to be honest.
Well, I mean, I know we're already teammates, but I've got your back in this too. I don't know. I'm really. It's kind of hard to explain the things that I've seen and heard, but I really want to help you in this journey, wherever it may take you.
I really appreciate that. Do you mind if I ask you something? I might. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is important or not, but have you been contacted by anyone from our past again?
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't know if you remember him, a Dragonborn fella that was with y'all for a while there.
Yeah, real slow guy. Not very bright, kind of ugly. Yeah, I think I remember him.
Oh man.
Well, all right, this is going to sound crazy, but I guess seeing as the things that we've all been through together, hopefully you'll take me at my word. Part of what I'm doing here, part of why I'm back here, I get messages from beyond our plane of existence, and recently Grom came to me in this form, and basically, for lack of a better word, told me to help you.
I remember someone named Groom. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Yeah, we were best friends. Couldn't do it. Man, I miss that guy.
I promise I'm not crazy, and I promise I didn't just dream it, but I don't know exactly what it meant. I'm still figuring all of this out.
Look, I mean, we're coming across some next level stuff down here. I have no reason to doubt you saw what you saw. But I don't know what any of it means, honestly.
Did the two of you have a like a special connection, or do you know why he would come to me with this?
I mean, he definitely was like the kind of the heart and soul of our group. Like he always put everyone first, and he was always looking out for us. And I mean, if he had something that he could do to help us now, I'm sure he wouldn't stop until he found a way to connect with us and do what he could. So, you know, specifically, I don't know, but he's just that kind of guy that would reach from the past and you know, just help us out. Or maybe he just wanted me to finally teach him how to punch because he was such a sissy.
I'm trying to think. Because I don't want to take like the entire game here, like our entire time just probing brief for questions.
I honestly find like in the interlude or whatever, you know, just having like a total sit down meditation gab session.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So yeah, I think if we want to do a little montage here, yeah, I would imagine Miramore just kind of maybe lightens things a little and just kind of you know, asks Breve a little more about kind of his background, because we haven't really I don't know, we haven't really just like hung out as much as the other characters. So I think that's kind of how I would spend most of the time, and occasionally poking him to keep him awake.
I think Breve might pretend to be sleepy, but mostly he's just kind of reminiscing and feeling a little sad. Probably tries to hide a tear.
Oh.
Or Breve.
Oh. We all miss Grom. But he's dead.
Well, I still get to hang out with him.
Listen, we all miss Grom, but also just like Breve is going through so much crap lately.
Yeah, Breve's had a rough time of it. But so is like everybody.
Yeah.
So who wants to go next? And again, if you want to double up, you can also do that.
You know who we never see hang out is Fanoa and Moana.
That's true. The
say.
one time they did hang out, it was like one of the best dungeon crawls.
It was. It was memorable.
Are as me or
No, that was the time like Moana and Fanoa like casually started flirting.
Yeah. That's still been left sort of unresolved.
That was before Moana. I think that was before Moana like knew she was gay too.
Yeah.
So good.
Those good times. Yeah, so if someone wants to wake us up for our shift, or wake, I don't know, one of us up, and then we can wake the
Wake
other
us
one up.
up.
I will poke your faces.
Wake me up! Wake me up!
Okay, roll perception.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or if you want to wake up whoever decided to go next, and then they could wake up the next person.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Who decides to go next?
Wake up!
Fanoa springs
I'll
up
wake
now. I guess.
Okay. What'd you roll?
Me?
I mean, we don't actually have to roll for this. That was
I
just
rolled a
like fun color.
20.
Oh yeah, you're awake. You're absolutely awake.
Wide awake.
I'm so awake. I'm like,
You wake up. You wake up so hard that you wake up Moana, who is sleeping next to you. You're like,
"Ah!"
waking up hard anymore?
sorry.
Can we
You
not?
wake up too hard.
Listen, it's natural, okay?
It happens.
Normal.
It's a natural thing.
It's just a normal thing that happens, okay?
Oh, jeez, Moana.
Mom, get out of my room.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. You guys wake up.
I'll wake up too, of course.
So yeah, I wake up. I'm like, oh, I can stand guard. Whoever is up, go up to sleep.
I rolled an 18, so I think I probably noticed her stirring or like was woken up by the waking up.
I think yeah, her sort of getting up woke you up. The movement nearby to you.
Mm-hmm.
I look pretty darn confused for a second because I feel like I should be in a hammock, but I'm definitely not.
Yeah, sleeping on the hard ground, weird.
Oh my god, this is the worst. Fall out again. The worst. I hate being in dungeons. I hate sleeping in dungeons. It's a metal dungeon.
My natural enemy.
Disgusting dungeon. And I'm kind of muttering all this to myself as I kind of like stand up and try to stretch a little bit because this is awful.
Yeah, and Moana, you can hear all this.
Fanoa, is everything all right?
No.
Can I watch now?
Yeah, I guess I can stay watch. It's impossible for me to go back to sleep on this terrible, terrible ground. It's not even a ground, it's just iron or metal or whatever.
It's quite cold, huh?
So freaking cold. I don't like anything about this.
So is this actually your shift or are you just awake?
No, I'll just take the shift.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Breve and Niramore have immediately fallen asleep. And they're sort of like leaned up against each other, like in a friend way.
Aww.
Yeah, it's cute.
He has an iteration of himself where he can fall asleep right away.
And I kind of point to them and I'm like, look at these nerds. Look at these losers.
Well, Fanoa, do you mind if I stay up with you a bit? I won't be able to get back to sleep for a while.
I guess that's okay. Could probably use the company.
How are you? It's been a while since we chatted.
Well, you know, I guess I'm doing okay in spite of absolutely everything that's going on. I'd rather kind of not like to be in a metal death trap that may or may not house people who are super into like killing us. I'm really not kind of sure about anything in this dungeon. I don't know. I feel very kind of out of my element, quite literally. I don't feel like I'm making any good decisions or any creative decisions. I don't know. I think I'm probably going to get a pretty low score on this one, but I just want to survive it.
Yes.
What about you? How are you doing?
I don't think this place is your element. I don't think it feels... Yeah. You seem, if I may observe, you seem uncomfortable in this environment, which I think is what it's intended to do, honestly. It makes me uncomfortable, too. Yeah.
You gotten any more visits from that friend of yours?
Not much. Not much.
How's that? Yes. Go ahead.
We're not really talking much right now, which is sort of my fault. That, you know. Josh, remind me. I did have a conversation with Guy before this dungeon, right? But it hasn't been. Was it before this dungeon? Sorry. When was the last interlude when I had a conversation with Guy? Was it just this past interlude?
It was just this last interlude.
Yeah.
When you talked about, Guy was like, "I'll give you all this stuff.
Yeah.
I could make a whole new world for you. Why are you not into that?" And you're like, "Don't give my kid stuff."
It feels so long ago. I wasn't sure if it was this dungeon. Yeah, it's really this person in my life has been interacting with Bix in a way that I'm uncomfortable with, and so sometimes a mama must put her foot down.
Whoa. Yeah, I guess. It's been talking to Bix? That's strange.
Yeah, it is strange. I don't really like it, to be honest. I can't say that I do. I think I scared Bix because I kind of got mad at them, or rather mad at myself for letting it happen, and I think I sort of took it out on Bix, and I feel guilty about that.
Well, as someone who was kind of a bit of a troublemaker growing up, honestly, I have to say that I think it's kind of better to sort of put your foot down earlier than later. I don't really think I really got on with my parents more than I got on with my auntie, who kind of I grew closer to her through discipline. She was very firm with me, if that helps at all. I think that it made a big difference to kind of know what her rules were very early on. And of course, I tried to break them, but it taught me a lot as I grew up. You can't avoid discipline when you're raising someone,
And you only ran away and became a criminal. So like
yeah. Well,
I was about to get there, Josh.
I'm talking about when I was a kid, like 20, 30 years old.
That's true. When you're just a 40-year-old kid.
Just a 30-year-old kid, Practically an infant.
I would love to make some sort of wisecrack about you growing up to be a criminal, but honestly, I really
that was all my choice.
Hey, I really respect you. I'm trying to say I really respect you and your style, and I value you as part of this group. And I don't think I tell you that. I don't think I tell anybody that enough. But yeah, for what it's worth.
Yeah, well, all I can say is you can rest well knowing Bix will probably grow up to be just like me.
Oh my. I don't know if I'll very well. It's fine. I won't think about it too much.
And Fano is definitely actually joking around now. Oh no, don't worry about that. Bix has really great role models. No, I think you're doing it right. If this sort of thing frightens you, I think you're right to trust your instinct on that. I wonder if this is something that you feel like you can protect Bix from because you couldn't really protect yourself from.
Yeah, so those words actually just really struck a chord with Moana. And I think she's getting a little teary-eyed.
Oh, Moana. Fano instantly panics. Oh my god! No, don't do that. I don't have the capacity for
on
that.
The edge of tears, and you're on the edge of panic.
I quickly pull out. I literally pull out a deck of cards and show her a magic trick.
It doesn't work. I'm still tearing up. I'm not a child. You understand that, right?
Look, it's shiny.
Yeah, let's talk about something else. How
we talk about this thing? And I pull out the little weird thing that what was it? The little amethyst little spider toy.
Oh yeah.
that I
Yeah.
used from the thing. I was like, let's talk about this thing. And I like pull it out and put it on the ground and we just like look at it.
Have I seen it before?
Yeah, you were there when.
Yeah, you were
that
there
was
when
the
I
fabricator.
blended two things together.
Yeah.
In that,
that's right. That's right. Have we figured out if it does anything yet? Have we actually seen it work?
No, I think it's just kind of a little wind-up toy, right?
Yeah, it's just a little wind-up toy. It's got a little, like a wind-up key, and it scuttles around.
Can I investigate it just out of my own curiosity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, can I do an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just for shits, you know. Oop,
Just for shits.
Just for shits. That is a 9.
Like Moana says her catchphrase,
9?
just for shits.
Just for shits.
Just for shits.
Let's go to the library, just for shits.
Just for shits.
It seems to just be just like a toy.
Okay. I can't tell. It just looks like a toy to me, but I'm curious to look at it again in the daylight, and perhaps I'll see more. Perhaps I'll roll better when I can see better.
I guess so. I mean, it's probably just a toy.
Does it come with a key, or do we have to like lockpick it to get it to wind up?
No, it's got a little winding key.
Yeah, it's got a little windy key.
May I?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
I wind it up.
And you put it down, and it just starts crawling around and just like kind of scuttling in different directions.
Ooh, that's cute.
Like a spider. It's surprisingly like the movements are surprisingly like realistic spider movements.
The movements are like surprisingly realistic spider movements.
I thought the same thing just a second ago.
Kind of funny.
I like this. I'm getting kind of creeped out.
Eventually, it just
try to squash it.
It slows down. I mean, if you want.
So, what do you think you're gonna do after the IDL?
You know, Fanoa, I don't really know. I came here knowing what I wanted to do. I came here knowing what the answer would be to that question, and now so much has changed, really, in big part due to Bix. And everything I had planned on, everything that I had sort of assumed was going to happen to me has sort of changed as we've gone along this. So I don't know. What about you, Fanoa?
I don't know. I thought I wanted to just keep going and exploring and just finding new identities and just keep moving on and on through different cities and figure out what to do. But I don't know. I almost feel like I kind of want to just go home for a little while and check on people. And I've never had this weird feeling before of just wanting to go back to my family because I spent so much time trying to get away from them. But really, there was no reason to. I just I felt kind of suffocated, I guess. But they're not bad people. Just, I don't know. I guess I really just needed to get some space, and now I have this space, and now stuff's going on with them, and I just, ugh. It's confusing. But I suppose we're not actually that too far into this whole thing. It's just something that I'm thinking about recently, I guess.
Well, I hope whatever happens next, you have time to sort of sit and reflect on it. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask, do you have a family?
That's a loaded question, I guess.
I promise it's not.
I have I mean, I think of the jewel crabs as my family, really, and Bix is my family.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have a biological family who I don't really know, and I have the people I was raised with who were my de facto family for a while, but no, I think this is my family for now.
Yeah, that's fair. I like this family a lot. Like, yeah, I guess I'm satisfied with that. Yeah, sure. Trying to make 3 a.m. conversation, you know.
It's all good. It's all good. Just for shits.
That's your other catchphrase. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good, just for shits, you know.
It's all good for shits.
It's all good, just for
all
shits.
good shit.
I think I'm just sort of mindlessly, I'm going to start playing with the tips of my wider horns and just sort of playing, like sort of rolling around the fire around my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Just not really paying attention, but just kind of rolling it around.
Oh.
Something to occupy my hands. Bet you wish you could do this, huh?
Yeah, what do you think of that, Fanoa?
Yeah, all right.
You have horns or fire.
I didn't actually say that, or did I?
Yeah, all right. No, I don't sort of wish I had horns. I feel like it would be hard to get through doorways.
It's not so hard. They're not wider than my shoulders.
Mm.
Is it hard to get your
problem?
Wow, 3 a.m. Moana's a little loose.
Getting a little sassy.
I like it.
I like it. Fanoa gets introspective and Moana gets sassy.
I think Moana's just awkward, really.
Yeah, you could be right.
She's really bad at people. Can I actually, like, I'm curious because this is sort of an absent-minded moment. Can I actually, like, pull a little bit of fire off of my horn and just have it on my hands?
Can you? Have you ever done that before?
I've never done that before.
Sure. Then
let's find out.
Let's find out.
Are you exploring your body in front of me?
Yeah, I think that's a cool image. I think you in your sort of absentmindedly fiddling with this fire, you just sort of draw it from your horn, and it's now just sort of on the tip of your fingers.
Is it also on my horn, or did I remove it from my horn?
It's still on your horn. You sort of like, it's almost like you lit your fingers, which is interesting because as we've discussed, this isn't truly a fire.
Yeah.
Like if other stuff touches it, nothing's ever lit on fire from your horns before. And it doesn't hurt.
This is weird.
But it is sort of tingly.
I feel like this is like when Charlie from It's Always Sunny starts pulling out his teeth and he's just looking at them like, what's happening? Like it's almost a little bit body horror because it's never happened before. Wait, Fanoa, do you see this? Do you see this?
What is that? Don't do that!
Shake my hands again.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
That's new.
Creeped out by that.
That's certainly new. And I put my fingers to my horn again to see if it happens again.
Don't do it again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think it does.
It does happen again. Oh no. Oh no.
God.
I try it with my other horn. Does it still happen?
Yeah.
Damn mutant.
I don't like it at all. I'm gonna take a little, like a spare piece of cloth. I think I have a little bit of vestment left in my pack, my priest pack. I'm gonna take some vestment and hold it up and see if it catches on fire or if it's just still like sacred kind of flame.
It doesn't light at all. The flames just sort of lick the vestment, but it doesn't set it on fire. It doesn't. The vestment isn't changed in any way by the fire. There's no heat to it at all.
But no, if my guess, if that had gone wrong and that had caught on fire, I know you would have had my back.
Maybe.
Come on, you can create and destroy water. I've seen it.
It's your favorite spell.
It's your
It's your favorite spell. How do you know what my favorite spell is? You don't know anything about me.
That's true. I'm sorry.
My favorite spell's the one where I become a rancho.
A what?
Oh,
what?
A rancho.
A rancho.
That's not a spell. It's just a thing you do.
That's just a thing I do, actually.
It ain't even a spell. It's just, it happens when I sneeze. I don't know.
Every time.
You know.
All right. I, as Q, am not totally sure where to take this now that we've discovered this body horror. I think Moana's probably a little like shaken by it and a little.
I'm okay with that. I'm kind of glad that we just generally had a little moment together.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it's a.
And then you had to go and ruin it, Moana. And do like
Ain't that just the way with
gross
Moana? It's always like a nice moment followed by something terrifying.
You know what? I'm gonna either a nice moment again or make it weirder. I'm gonna like reach my arm around Finoa for just like a gentle friend, like a buddy hug.
Wait, after you like touch your horns all weird.
It's been some time. Let's say it's been some time. The novelty is past.
Okay, all right. I'll allow it then.
I'm gonna just say there is the tiniest spark of fire on your hand that you almost don't even notice is still there. And the moment she touches you with that fire, you feel just for a moment like a tiny surge of magic inside. Like,
oh my goodness.
This translates to, for just like a brief second, you feel like you have an extra spell slot and then it fades.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Moana, thank you.
Sparks are flying.
But, so it's for whatever that is, it just feels like, it's just like, huh. Like you can feel like a tiny surge of like, a tiny surge of magic.
More capacity.
Yeah.
So weird way.
I feel particularly icky.
It does fade very quickly.
Oh.
Huh. That's some cool new cleric shit, if that's a thing. Well, let's wake up the next. Who's next on the shift? We didn't write this down, did we? Who's next?
So
no, I'll just wake up whoever I feel like.
But if anybody wants to do anything else, you can. Otherwise, we could skip to morning.
Hey, Josh.
If there's anything anyone wants to do, like privately.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Nothing too private, but I did want to explore the barbarian sword that I took.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if there's any way that I can like wield it, or if it's just something that I should stuff away and sell later.
Okay. So it is a very big greatsword. Actually, it is a yeah, it is like extremely heavy sword. It is probably like in length about 6 feet long.
Cool. Okay.
So it is a two-handed sword. For the purposes of D&D, it has the same stats as a lance, but it is slashing damage. So it's 1d. So like you get just stat wise, it's 1d2 damage. It's two-handed, and it is like you could use it because you're a paladin. It's just like a big fucking weapon.
Yeah.
It literally is a sword that is as tall as you.
Yeah, it's like my new brother.
Yes. Like it'll fit in that bag of holding you have, but like it is a fucking, and it's thick and heavy. It's a big sword.
Is it just a chunk of metal, or does it have any properties that I can discern?
What is your by the way, what is your strength modifier?
Plus dose.
Plus dose, yeah. If you had any less strength, you could not wield this sword. Basically.
Okay.
But what is its what?
If it's just a chunk of metal, or if it's got any magic stuff going down with it.
So it doesn't seem to be magic. I think it's just a big metal sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna say because it's a giant sword. Let's say that it also has the feature of if you roll a 19 or higher, you essentially just knock someone prone with it and do damage.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and it's a reach weapon, I should say. So like I said, it works like a lance. So you can swing it to someone and hit someone 10 feet away from you, because again, it is a 6-foot sword, and you have like a couple of feet arm length, right? So you could hit someone 10 feet away.
So I could turn a light switch off without getting off the couch.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. I'll keep it for that one. Okay, cool. I'll just put it in the sack then. It doesn't seem like it's suited for me per se. I just didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
That was all I was curious about. I'm just gonna polish up my beautiful new armor while I'm sitting there.
It's nice, and I think you are able to attune to that armor. The dwarf armor, right?
Yeah.
So you are now fully attuned to that armor. You get all of its benefits. It's the dwarven armor.
Pretty sure I wrote down those benefits, but
does anyone else have anything they want to do before you all wake up? It's a dwarven plate armor. It's a +2 armor. If any, you can reduce if anything tries to push you or move you against the ground, it will reduce the distance by 10 feet.
cool.
Disadvantage on stealth checks.
No, I'm good doing stuff before we wake up.
Okay, so you wake up. It's the next day. It's a pretty quiet night. You manage to get through it without any real trouble.
Nice. Voila.
What do you guys want to do?
How much time in the dungeon do we have left?
So that was like 8 hours that you just spent. So I'm gonna say it has been. Let's do this real quick. You probably have about. Do that. You probably have
can be
gonna
roughly.
say
I'm just curious.
I feel like we should try and get an exact number though.
yeah. Let's get an exact number. Let's say 15. Yeah, that makes sense. 15 hours.
Left?
Yeah. I'm going to say it was more like 36 rather than 48. So yeah, you've got 15 hours left. Let's just say that right off the bat.
So do we know what direction we're going in? I don't really remember for sure what direction we came from, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind recentering your camera, Josh? Oh, perfect.
I intentionally didn't. I was moving some stuff around.
Aha! All right.
So, where do y'all want to go?
Is there any place we haven't been yet?
Yeah, there's a couple places.
We haven't been all the way south yet.
Yeah, you haven't been to. Here, I'll show you where you have not been.
To the realm of the Golden Army.
You haven't seen Nawada's Golden Army. So you haven't been to this area, to these things. You haven't been in this room. You haven't really explored this area, and you haven't explored this area at all. So here, I'll just like draw some circles over the places where you have not been.
Oh, I forgot to heal myself from sleeping.
It was a long rest, so you should be healed.
Yeah, I forgot. I was covering my spell slots and inspiration, but then I didn't.
Yeah, it's a long rest, so you're all healed. You got your spell slots. Your spell slots are back. So you haven't explored this area,
All the misty spots.
this area, or this area. So you have sort of 4 unexplored areas.
We split up and do them all individually.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Do you want to go to the closest unexplored area?
Yeah, let's go down to the southern spots.
Let's go to the south.
Go to the New
Going
Zealand.
down to the Southlands.
Although we are very close to the Golden Army as well. We could go figure out what the fuck that's about.
And Yurimura is very hesitant about that idea.
Yeah, it's probably terrible, but I'm just saying we could.
It could be great, guys.
Could be.
I mean,
super cool.
Could be great.
Val thinks it could be fun, but Yurimura is like, I don't want you guys to die.
That's very sensible.
Hugh thinks we could make the army ours.
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, just from like a logistical standpoint, I think I would be leaning towards that foggy area near us, the southern area.
Yeah, I'd head south.
Is the Golden Army on the way or not?
Golden Army is north.
Slightly.
Unless you wanted to loop around.
We could loop around.
Maybe go down and then go up.
I just don't want to get cut in half by any blades again.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Fairly regularly.
That's fair. The thing about the fog is that you don't know what's in it.
Ah, true. Tricksy little fog.
How did we clear it before? Was that by a spell?
Moana used a spell.
Um,
Her not favorite spell, Create and Destroy Water.
I don't think I have that spell. That's not what I use.
Sorry, I meant Fanoa. I did it again.
What even is the difference?
I mean, I feel like the last conversation they just had illustrated many differences.
I don't see how, but okay.
Do you want me to do my fancy spell?
Do you want to do your fancy spell?
I want to do my fancy spell.
Okay. Yeah.
In Elvish.
So it's what? It's 30 feet, right?
I do believe so. Yep. And here we go. Oh.
Water.
All right. I got a 17.
30-foot cube, yeah. Okay. You have to roll for that.
I don't have to roll for that?
Yeah.
I cast it.
You just cast it. You just do it. That's 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20,
Braid
30.
Dice.
Let's go scroll down. And I'll move everybody.
Look at that weird floor baby.
Yeah.
Floor baby.
We've noticed it before.
The tile cherub.
Tile sharing.
It's just a skeleton.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it's probably some kind of ground toddler.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely some kind of like earth infant. You know?
Hint.
Some kind of terra firma toddler.
Terra firma toddler.
Kind of rebel rugrat.
Oh, also, so you start walking through, clearing the fog in front of you. And sorry, I wasn't looking at my map. Everybody, could everyone roll perception real quick? Just as you're walking through here. Actually, Fanoa, roll it first because you're sort of leading the group at this point.
I got 12.
12?
Yes.
Okay, so as you're kind of focused on the fog, and you have your hands like out doing the spell, right? And you don't really notice that as you're doing that, you bump right into some hanging cables.
Oh, jeez.
Roll a dexterity saving throw. Basically, there's these cables that are swinging across, and you don't really notice them. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
I got a 3.
Okay, yeah, you walk right into them.
Great.
So you're gonna take 3 1s. Good news is there were 3 1s and a 6 in this roll, so you only take 9 damage.
Oh man. Okay.
It's still a hit, but it's not terrible. Yeah, so you get electrocuted, but you are the first one to get electrocuted, so you can let people know that there are those cables there.
Were we all
you're walking by? You're basically Benoa's in front of you, sort of pushing the fog ahead, and she just walks into something, and you see her just like start shaking, and she glows for a second as electricity surges through her body.
Style.
Yeah, exactly. Her hair goes up.
Take me to the Pokemon Center.
And the way I've done this marching order, Moana, you see this happen. What do you do?
I rush
at this
in
point
rubber gloves and Can I run? Is she like? Does she look like she's falling or anything?
No, she's just sort of like she kind of jumps.
All right. I'm gonna rush over and just like steady her and make sure she's okay. For what it's worth, I got a 17 on the perception check. Can I see anything more?
So you see that the cables are hanging from above, and they seem to threaded into they are hanging from above and they go into the wall. And you can see they're like the part of them is like covered in sort of a rubbery part, like closer to the wall. But the cable that's hanging off of the ceiling is frayed, and all of the sort of metal wiring is exposed.
Does anyone have Mage Hand? Hey, do you have Mage Hand? Like
theoretically, I'm gonna try and have Mage Hand. I have Mage Hand.
Cool.
Guys, this character is so weird to play sometimes.
Let me see. Yes. Yeah, these cables are light enough that if you wanted to just hold them out of the way with Mage Hand, you could definitely do that.
Yeah, I will totally do that.
Okay. So I think Nick sort of squeezes on past and Mage Hands it just against the wall, and everybody moves through.
Hey, Josh.
You survived my hanging wires puzzle. Yes.
I just have a story question. Do we understand what electricity is?
You understand like lightning.
Yeah, but do we know that this wire isn't just like weird snakes?
I mean, I think you know enough to know that metal can conduct electricity.
Grom probably noticed that at some point.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, science lessons with Dr. Grom.
Dr. Grom.
But I don't think you understand like the nuances of a wire conducting metal for a purpose.
I think it's fair to say that we could figure out there's lightning coming out of these ceiling snakes, though.
Yeah, for sure there's lightning coming out of the ceiling snakes.
Right. Okay.
And it seems, I mean, like, I feel like your perception of it would be, this seems like an unnecessary trap. But what it really is just a decomposing building.
All right.
And so you have two options. You can go around this way where there's a grate that you can actually see where that grate goes, or you could just continue on into this more fog.
Well, we gotta look, though, right?
Great.
The grate doesn't take us anywhere, does it?
Yeah, but there could be treasures.
I run over to the grate.
Bye.
Okay.
I just look at Moana and say, "Let her have this. She seems so excited."
All right, I don't get it, but okay. I don't
Which
see
way
what's
do you
so.
go? Do you go this way or this way?
I guess I would go the on that like gray path if I could kind of see it from a distance already. I guess I'd go that way.
It's just a grate.
Can I use the cantrip light and see if I can see anything down there?
Yeah. There's a little pathway down this way. Like a little, it's sort of like a little vent, like a ventilation loop.
Oh, okay. So it just connects. Okay, I was thinking it was in it was a grate in the floor. That's what I was thinking.
No, it's a grate in the wall.
Okay,
like
so I can.
It's a vent. Less of a grate, more of a vent.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll go in the other way.
Doesn't seem to be anything in here.
I wave to
roll.
Fanoa.
You can roll perception though.
I will roll perception. 12.
Doesn't seem to be anything in here.
I come back out. There doesn't seem to be anything in here.
All right.
Another mystery solved. Jewel craps.
But you gotta turn out your pockets first.
So in reality, there was originally one of those holes here, but that wasn't the hole you went to first. The holes disappeared. That's why there was this little thing. But now there isn't, so forget about it. Don't worry about it.
Wait, more. Go again. See if you find a block of gold this time.
And I do.
And yeah, you find a block of gold.
Weird.
No, you don't. You find no gold.
I still make her turn out her pockets.
Dude, I don't know if I have pockets, but I do that also.
Let me see. Right.
Okay. Which way do you want to go now? You have a few paths you can go. You can go up this way. You can go up. You can go to through this path into the fog, or you can go down into the fog. There appears to be this sort of room, which you don't know what's in there, but obviously you can see it because you've seen the map. So you know there's a room with a weird thing and like some kind of floor baby.
We gotta go check out the floor baby.
Yeah, we gotta smash that baby.
Okay, do you want to go up or down?
Let's go down.
Okay. So you're walking through the fog. And roll perception to see if you can find the door in the fog, whoever is leading the way. I mean, right now on the map, it's Niramore, but I don't know if Niramore is.
Well, if the road's been fog clearing, it's probably her still.
Yeah, so you did already use your spell to clear the maximum amount of fog, unless you want to do it again.
Oh, shit.
Vanilla. It's up to you guys. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I already rolled.
Okay, cool. So Niramore sort of runs into the fog. What'd you get?
I could just... Okay.
Too late. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 16.
Yeah, you find it. So you kind of feel your way around.
I found a door.
You find a door, and you call back to everybody.
She calls the opposite direction. Do you want me to... I can clear this up if you want. Or no, we all seem to be doing good. It's fine. I'll keep this spell slot.
Probably fine.
Okay, so you step into this room, and you see this weird lantern. This kind of like tall, like lamppost, and it's radiating this strange, sort of this strange kind of yellowish light. Thought I had on here, but I guess I don't. But let's just say there's a strange yellow light in this room. It's strange. It's yellow. It's light. That's where some holes were. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, do we see the...
And you see, oh yeah, you see what you see on the ground is a skeleton. It is just the bones of a dwarf. Based on its height, that's what you assume it to be. It's not very big.
Oh, I would have said like some sort of chubby Cupid baby.
No, it's a dwarf.
Weird.
Yeah. Their bones actually look like the bones of chubby Cupid babies.
Huh.
Is that weird? Yeah. Listen, I'm not, I didn't create them.
Is there anything recognizably like magical about the light coming from this thing?
I mean, I don't think roll an Arcana check is how you would figure that out.
Okie doke. That's an unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. Yeah. So you look at this thing, and it's definitely magical. Hold on. One of my notes. On vacation. Which I didn't sign off on that, so. Yeah, so you notice that there's definitely there we go. It's the light is sort of pulsating, and there's kind of there. It's definitely magical. That much you know, and I think you can tell that this light affects things that are left in it for a certain amount of time. I don't think just with an Arcana check you know exactly what it does, but you can, based on like how it's designed and how it's pulsing, things in it are affected by it after a certain amount of time.
Can I try doing an Arcana check too? Not that mine is any better than Nix's.
Yeah, go for it.
Nix, do you relay that information to us?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to sort of translate that thought. Like, well, it's obviously magical. The light itself seems to have some kind of effect. I could do something to try and learn more, but it would take up 10 minutes of our time.
I rolled an 18. I was feeling
18?
lucky, but I didn't get it.
It's the sort of the same response. You get the sense that it is, it does something. If you get the sense that the longer you spend, you put something in this light, the more the effect of its magic influences it.
Can I do a
That's
medicine?
when you notice the skeletons start to move. And
Oh.
the skeleton it's partially crumbled, so it doesn't really have legs, but it starts to pull itself up.
I stomp its head.
Okay, you just stomp on its head. Roll an attack. Stomp on the skeleton.
Okay, I mean it's an unarmed strike, so like Nyx for sure does not have proficiency with this, and so my attack roll is strength is a -1, so my attack's a 9.
9? Okay, so it's a skeleton. It does not hit it. It just sort of butts up against your leg. You kind of kick its head, and it just it turns its head around to regard you with its empty eye sockets, and it starts to sort of shamble oddly towards you.
Yeah.
Do we I want to I don't know. Sorry, I know we're up against time, so we got to wrap up. But I don't know if Nyx is being attacked by this thing, like if this thing wishes him ill, or if it's just like a creature that needs help. Is there a way I might be able to figure that out? Can I touch it with my gloves?
Roll an Arcana check on the skeleton. Or you could touch it with your gloves, yeah.
I'm going to touch it with my gloves and just see.
So normally a skeleton would be lawful evil, so you would know if this was an evil skeleton.
Okay.
And is my skeleton lawful?
Your touch has no effect on the skeleton.
No effect on the skeleton. All right.
It looks at you. It turns around to look at you, touching it, and it just it starts to shamble towards you. And again, it doesn't it's not it's not moving quickly or anything. It's just moving towards you. And then something weird happens. And it happens to each of you. The first person it happens to is Moana. And your cloak that you have, your cape of the mountebank, starts to just sort of balloon up and flap. On its own, and it seems to be writhing on you. Nyx, your glasses start to the sort of arms of your glasses sort of spread out and start to try to climb up your face.
Yeah.
Moana? No, I said Moana.
Noah.
I do mean Fanoa.
It's
the O's and A's and N's. Fanoa, your spear just starts to dance kind of in your hand. Like it just starts to wiggle.
I don't like it. Moses.
Breve, your let's say your backpack. Your backpack starts to it's basically trying to pull itself off of your back. The haversack is just trying to wiggle itself off of you. And Niramor, your shovel just sort of springs out of your bag and starts bouncing around.
Can I?
And that's all of the game for today.
Feels spoopy.
And that's where we'll end it.
Okay.
Was there something you wanted to do? Well, save it for next time.
Speaking of